From WBNS-TV, your 24-hour news source, with Angela Pace, Dave Kaler, meteorologist Mike Davis, and Mike Gleason. This is 10 TV Eyewitness News.
Now you hear him, now you don't. The sweet sounds of Billy Joel are not being heard in Detroit along with Elton John tonight. The piano man has laryngitis. Good evening, I'm Angela Pace.
And I'm Dave Kaler. The Billy Joel Elton John face-to-face concert in Detroit tonight has been postponed. Tour promoters say Billy Joel has come down with a mild case of laryngitis, and the concert scheduled for tonight in Detroit had to be put off at least for now, and of course that disappointed thousands of fans.
Well, I'm going to try to explain to myself why I paid $400 for these seats, and there's no concert.
Well, while there are a lot of disappointed fans in Michigan, of course, there's no need to worry about Saturday night's concert here in Columbus. Promoters of the concert tour, as well as OSU officials, are telling us there's no change in plans. Joel will be ready to perform here in the capital city on Saturday. And Sari Fedor reports, despite the news earlier out of Detroit, preparations continue.
Columbus native Tom Hewlett has been setting up concerts across the country for 18 years, putting up sky-high scaffolding, then tearing them down just a few days later. Is this a huge job?
It is. It is. Like I said, we lay Vista Queen first, then plywood, protect the track, the field, and then we start building on top of the plywood.
It will take Tom's staff 3 days to set up the stadium for Saturday night, another 2 to tear it down. 250 people will be part of it. And whether or not the concert goes on, he and his staff are still paid. But if the music stops for some reason, it could cost lots of lost money. Postponing a concert can cost the tour thousands upon thousands of dollars. They lose the money it takes to rent the facility, the money it takes to hire all the hands to build the stage, and the money it takes to rent equipment like this fence and those dressing rooms. But money can't be measured in disappointment to the fans, who don't get to see their favorite artist if the show doesn't go on. But Dave, just like you said, there will be no disappointment yet here at the Horseshoe for Saturday night's concert. The show will still go on. You can see some of the crews still working at this hour. There's another shift that's coming in at midnight. And tomorrow about noon, the production van will roll in. They will be bringing lights and microphones so that they can bring the show to its fans. Dave?
Sir, I heard the air conditioners in the locker rooms, though, are out, and that's where the stars will be dressing, right?
Well, actually, they brought in, I don't know if you can see this behind me, but those are trailers back there. They came in, they're sort of on railroad cars, and those are air-conditioned and newly carpeted. They're sort of modular, and those are where the dressing rooms will be because of the problems down in the locker rooms.
Okay. Sari Fedor reporting live from Ohio Stadium. Thanks a lot. It's going to be a great, great night. Incidentally, Billy Joel isn't the only singer who has had problems with laryngitis. Other crackling crooners included Michael Bolton, who had to postpone his July 28th concert at Polaris due to laryngitis, and Bette Midler had to postpone her June 16th show at Polaris for the same reason. But again, the Billy Joel concert is on here for Saturday night. Angela?
If Billy Joel's voice holds out, the weather should be nice for his concert, a lot better than this afternoon when severe thunderstorms took another shot at Central Ohio.
Concert-goers may be wondering whether the big Elton John Billy Joel concert set for tomorrow night at Ohio Stadium is still going on. Last night's show in Detroit was called off because Joel has laryngitis. At last report, the piano man was planning to go ahead with the Columbus appearance. We'll keep you posted.
Good news for about 70,000 people holding tickets for that big event, and that is on as of right now. We'll hope it'll stay. Plenty of room out here, though, at the Ohio State Fair. In fact, 1 million people hopefully will pass through these gates during the 7th.
Now, about the big concert scheduled for tomorrow night at Ohio Stadium, workers are putting up the stage for the Billy Joel Elton John extravaganza. As we told you last night, the concert stopped in Detroit, was canceled, or scheduled in Detroit was canceled because Joel has laryngitis. But we are told now that Joel is getting better and will perform in Columbus tomorrow night. This concert would be almost impossible to reschedule because the South stands start going up in the Horseshoe on Monday for football season. Those stands are in the same location as the concert stage. In other words, the concert is on. Angela?
Well, this is night 5 of Billy Inman's hunger strike. Inman has continued to camp out at the State House.
Theme to keep people away.
In other news tonight, the city of Columbus is getting ready for tomorrow night's big concert. Workers are finishing work on the stage for the big Billy Joel Elton John extravaganza. We're told tonight that all systems are go, that the show is on, and that the condition of Billy Joel's voice is improving. Joel and John canceled their show in Detroit last night because the piano man came down with a case of laryngitis. And if you still want tickets, you may not be too late. Ticketmaster is taking phone orders until noon tomorrow. Or you can buy tickets at Ticketmaster outlets all day long. If you would rather buy your tickets at Ohio Stadium, you can do so after noon, but you have to pay with cash.
And if you were fortunate enough to get tickets in advance, better plan to head down to the Horseshoe early. Now, we here at 10 TV have put together what we are calling a survival kit to help you make it to the concert and experience it a little bit better. Listen this way. The concert doesn't start until 7:30, but it's the early bird who will get the best parking spot. Lots open at 2 p.m. and stadium gates open at 5:30. Parking is $5 for cars, $20 for buses. There are 70,000 fans holding tickets, so expect some big delays. The easiest route, though, is 315 to Lane Avenue. But if you know any back routes, that may be your best bet. And forget taking pictures at the concert. No video or still cameras are permitted. Also, if you plan to eat, do it outside the stadium. No food, coolers, or bottles allowed inside. Also, if it rains, wear a slicker, and no umbrellas are allowed in the stadium, but I don't think we're going to have to worry about that at all.
And another dynamic duo appearing in Columbus this weekend to kick off the 1994 Ohio State Fair. They use their rap and their music to push empowerment for women. And tonight, Salt and Pepper brought their message here to Columbus.
From the sky. Well, all eyes are focused on Ohio Stadium today for what could be the biggest concert in Columbus this summer. The Billy Joel Elton John concert is to begin at 7:30 tonight, despite the rumors that Joel might cancel because he has the case of laryngitis. The setup for the concert was well underway yesterday. Joel canceled, though, the concert in Detroit Thursday night, just 2 hours before showtime. The rock legends kicked off their nationwide tour in Philly, and we're told they're still headed our way tonight. For $5, concert goers can park near Ohio Stadium, but the earlier you arrive, the better. The gates open at 5:30. If you still want tickets, it's not too late. Ticketmaster is taking phone orders until noon today, or you can buy tickets at Ticketmaster outlets all day. If you'd rather buy your tickets at Ohio Stadium, you can do that too after noon, but you have to have cash in hand. Another big event that's in full swing, the 141st Ohio State Fair.
Looks like Sean Hennessy was having a good time out there weather-wise. You saw him walking into the shadows and a little bit of sunshine. It's going to be a good one.
I think it's going to be a great, beautiful day, and welcome.
Well, thank you, Chuck. I appreciate it.
It's going to be a gorgeous day today and a good day tomorrow. Could be record crowds for any event throughout the state, and there are so many, and great events to the west of us with a big auto race in Indianapolis today. Let's take a look at our current conditions, and we'll go right to our story. 54 degrees. Goers are going to have a great show tonight for Joel and John. Sweater time, low in the 60s. Enjoy it. Don't forget your sweater. I know you're going.
You know, I am going, and I'm glad it's going to be sweater weather, because the way we've had the hot, humid nights with all those 70,000 bodies out there, that would have been too much.
Yeah, have a great time, too.
Thanks, I will. Okay. Well, there are other things going on today besides Billy Joel and Elton John. Another hot, big concert scheduled for tonight at Ohio Stadium. Workers are busy putting up the stage for the Billy Joel Elton John concert set for 7:30 tonight. As we've told you, the concert stop in Detroit was canceled Thursday night because Joel has laryngitis. But we're told Joel is getting better and will perform in Columbus tonight. The concert would be nearly impossible to reschedule because the south stands start going up in the Horseshoe on Monday for football season. Those stands are in the same location as the concert stage. Now, if you still want tickets, Ticketmaster is taking phone orders until noon today, or you can buy tickets at Ticketmaster outlets all day long. But if you'd rather buy your tickets at the stadium, you can do so after noon, but you have to have cash. This makes me nervous, though. They keep saying he's getting better. How do they know he's going to be totally better?
Well, we're going to cross our fingers, right? We're going to have a lot of disappointed fans.
Well, I know. I will be disappointed, but I also want him singing as well as he normally sings.
Well, that's for a refund, I guess. I don't know.
No, I'll go either way. Some cool sleeping weather. Chuck Gillespie will be up next to have the forecast for us.
And we'll check out the scores from the ballpark with Mike Gleason. Next on your 24-hour news source.
We
We are back. We're all just sitting here talking.
Elton John and Billy Joel got us talking about pop music.
Well, we're still trying to debate whether or not Joel's going to be in good form tonight, but it doesn't matter because the weather is going to be good.
The weather's going to be just delightful. We're going to have a really beautiful day, and we'll look at that story in just a couple of seconds. But first, some sad news about what's going on out west. Over $250,000 sweater or a jacket, maybe one of those Christmas sweaters that you only wore a couple of times tonight, because it's going to be a little cool in the 60s, probably lower 60s, during the concert at Ohio State.
That finally makes sense why Paul is concerned about Billy Joel. The cold weather might hurt the vocal cords.
Well, if he's got a little vocal problem, it could be. Yeah. But he's a trooper. He's a pro. He's sung in those piano bars for years, and he's got iron larynx.
You're a personal friend, right?
Oh, we're close. We're tight.
So.
Thanks, Chuck.
Well, time now for a check on sports.
Let's go to the newsroom to Mike Gleason to see what happened on the Diamonds last night.
Fingers crossed. Again, photo day at the Woody Hayes facility later this afternoon, or later this morning, about 11:30. It's usually at the Horseshoe, but because of the Elton John, Billy Joel concert, it's over at the Woody Hayes facility again, about 11:30 this morning. Let's send it back to you.
All right. Well, the economy is showing signs.
The sunshine and warmer. The high 83. For Joel and John goers, bring a sweater. Temperatures in the lower 60s tonight at Ohio Stadium. But a very nice weekend. Enjoy it.
Not a rain cloud in sight.
Love it.
Yeah, that's great. All right, thanks a lot. Now we go back to this week with Angela Pace. Back here in Columbus, tonight's the big night for the Elton John, Billy Joel extravaganza at the Horseshoe. Now, we're told that the show will go on despite Joel having a case of laryngitis. Our Sean Hennessy is one of the thousands and thousands and thousands of fans who's anxiously awaiting. You have your ticket, right?
Paul, I've got it in my pocket. I've got it in my pocket.
In your pocket.
I'm ready to go.
Okay, you're at the Horseshoe, right?
We're at the Horseshoe. In fact, we're right in front of the stage, and this is where it's all going to happen. A 50-foot-high stage, 160 speakers blaring out the sounds of the Piano Man and the guy who made Rocket Man very famous, Billy Joel, Elton John. As you said, as far as we know, the show is still on. The good news is that Billy Joel hasn't sung since Wednesday. Thursday, obviously the show in Detroit was canceled. No show last night, and they're expected to come in sometime late this afternoon. Clearly, this is a show that people have been waiting months for. The setup of the stage began on Tuesday. Yesterday, the stage was being set up. Crew's very busy. They'll be busy later on today. It's a show that people, as you said, thousands of people are going to be flocking to. The final preparations of the show is going to be going underway later on today. And it's a show that began on Wednesday in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. They're selling out to sold-out shows. 14-city tour became a 13-city tour when Billy Joel came down with a case of laryngitis. Now, if you still want to go to the concert but don't have a ticket yet, here's what you can do. The Ticketmaster locations are going to be selling tickets until noon over the phone, and then after that, you can buy them all day long at Ticketmaster outlets after noon. And if you want to come to the Ohio Stadium, you can do that too. You can come here after noon, but you have to come here with cash to do it. By the way, there is no food allowed in here, no coolers, no bottles, and no video cameras, and no still cameras. So if you want to come, feel free to. It's going to be a really good show. From what we're hearing, the reviews have been very positive. To get here, the quickest way is going to be taking 315 to Lane Avenue. It's going to be a mess, though. I mean, the people who get here early are probably the best off because it's going to be just like an Ohio State football game. It's going to be packed with traffic.
Worse. In fact, you said all the things you can't bring. You can bring binoculars, apparently. I'm going to be up in C-deck, so I think I'm going to have to do that.
Oh, I'll tell you what, let me show you where we're going to be sitting. We're going to be sitting right in the A deck.
Oh.
Yeah, so we got some really good seats. Yeah, so you're up in what, C deck?
All the way up there.
Are, huh? Okay.
I'll look for you with my binoculars.
Right.
Thank you, Sean.
I know she will be looking forward to that. Well, in other entertainment news, it's business, not a belated honeymoon that took Michael Jackson and bride Lisa Marie Presley to Europe yesterday.
Definitely not over. Here's our forecast for a very, very nice day. Mostly sunny and dry. A high of 75 today. A starlit sky tonight and chilly, a low 55 at Ohio Stadium. For tomorrow, lots of sunshine and warmer, a high of 83 degrees. And for Billy and Elton tonight, take a sweater, a low of 62, 63. Most of the concert, even to the upper 50s maybe, before the concert is over. So it's going to be a little bit chilly and dry, and that's why it's going to feel even cooler.
Dry weather's what we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
And that fits with the stadium. It will feel more like football coming.
Absolutely.
All right.
And it's coming.
Thanks, Chuck.
Great, Chuck.
Well, we've talked a lot about Billy Joel this morning, but there are other things going on.
Cool. Take a sweater.
Cool.
And I have to tell you, I promise. We're switching gears now.
Are you going to do live?
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to do a live talk from there at the concert tonight. I'm going to the concert as just a viewer, as just someone in the audience having fun, as most of our newsroom is going, it seems. But I promised I'd tell you when I saw Grumpy Old Man, not Grumpy Old Man, Forrest Gump. Oh, yeah. If I liked it.
A long-awaited Elton John, Billy Joel concert is scheduled to go on as planned at 7:30 tonight at Ohio Stadium. That despite all the talk about Joel having laryngitis. Well, that's where we find Sean Hennessy at the Ohio Stadium this morning. Sean, I know you have a great seat out there, number one, but so far, everything so far so good?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you're right. There is a lot of talk about Billy Joel's laryngitis. I talked with one of the stage people just a few moments ago, and he says the rumor is Billy Joel is fine. He's going to be here. The show will go on. Speaking of the show, as you can see behind us, a lot of people are beginning to set up. The seats are just being measured. They're being spaced apart. More than 70,000 people are going to be here, packed to see the show that people have been waiting months for. We want to show you the stage. We're told by the stagehand that this is check this out. The stage is going to be 50 feet high, 200 feet long, and the stage weighs approximately 170,000 pounds. It's supposed to be one of the largest stages made in the world, all for tonight's Billy Joel concert. Now, we want to show you some video that we shot earlier this week about the stage setup. The stage setup began on Tuesday and was going on all day yesterday. This is a show that people have had tickets for, and we're told by the stage crews that the setup has been relatively smooth for a show that has been selling out everywhere. A 14-city tour. This tour has been in Foxborough, it's been in the Meadowlands, it's been in Washington, it's been in Buffalo. It's supposed to be in Detroit on Thursday, but that show was canceled because, again, Joel had the case of laryngitis, but now we're told that Billy Joel is okay for tonight's concert. Speaking of tonight's concert, let's talk about tickets. If you don't have a ticket and you still want to go, here's what you can do. You can get the tickets at Ticketmaster. You can get that until noon over the phone, and then afternoon you can go to a Ticketmaster outlet and buy them, or if you want to buy your tickets, you can come here to Ohio Stadium and buy them. But if you do, please have green with you. You need to have cash. Credit cards will not work. You need to have cash when you buy them. As far as getting here, the best way to get here, if you've been to an OSU football game, 315 to Lane Avenue. But obviously, as in a football game, when you're talking about 70 to 100,000 people, it's going to be a mob scene. So the earlier you can leave to come in here, the better off you're going to be, because it is going to be an absolute mess. But the bottom line is, as far as we know, the show is still going to go on, and we're told it's going to be an unbelievable show. Both artists are going to be on the stage together, dueling pianos, Billy Joel, Elton John, and then we're told Elton John performs first, and then he's followed by Billy Joel, and then they come on for a whole bunch of encores. So we're told it's a 3.5-hour show, wow, but it's supposed to be unbelievable.
That should be great.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I know Paula is going to the concert tonight. Make her envious and show her where your seat's going to be.
You want to show it one more time? Okay.
Yeah, please.
We got some good seats. We are in the first level. See where those people are? We're maybe 20 yards over on the A level. So we're looking forward to it.
And Paula's way...
We'll say that again?
Paula's way back, right?
Yeah,
Paula,
way out there on C-deck.
Can you show us where you are?
We can't see that high. Thanks for rubbing it in, guys.
Thanks a lot, Sean.
See you later.
Oh, well, we had to do that.
I know. But you know what? He stood in line to get those tickets.
Oh, is that right?
I just picked up the phone, so he
There you
deserves them.
go.
I wasn't going to wait.
I don't blame you on that one.
Well, coming up, we're going to get the weather report, and I know Chuck again is going to talk about what it's going to be like tonight for the concert.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
He was having a good time out there.
Yeah,
basking in the
he's
weather.
going to take his seat and just get ready now.
He may do that.
He's got a box of clothes with him.
You can avoid all the traffic and everything else out there.
You know, wait and watch him show up, do the sound checks and everything. It's going to be great. Yeah. I wish I could go. I'm going to be here all day. Tell me about it.
I'll tell you all about it.
Give us a full report.
Yes.
It's going to be beautiful, and a beautiful day in store for about everything. Cotton. For those of you who don't go to a lot of outdoor concerts, and this kind of show may be for people who don't.
Well,
a lot of newcomers to concerts going.
And
people haven't gone in a while.
That's the benefit of sitting up in C-deck. It won't be as loud for me. I'll still be able to hear tomorrow.
Yeah, but it'll be loud. I'll be here. Tino will be here.
We're working.
Have a good time.
I will. I'll tell you all about it. All right. Well, we hope all of you have a good weekend wherever you're going.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
From WBNS-TV, your 24-hour news source, with Michelle Hopkins, Janet Watkins, and Jay Crawford. This is 10 TV Eyewitness News.
Many worried the piano man wouldn't be able to hit a key, but Billy Joel salutes the packed Ohio Stadium while the Rocket Man, dressed in red, jumped to his feet to kick off their Heart and Soul concert to an almost sellout crowd.
That sounds pretty good to me. Good evening, I'm Michelle Hopkins.
And I'm Kurt Ludlow. Thank you for joining us. Two of the greatest piano men of pop performed at Ohio Stadium as part of their Heart and Soul tour. Their first song was Your Song, and you're looking at live pictures of a concert that started at 8:03 and looks like it may be wrapping up as we speak. Well, of course, everyone was worried about Billy Joel's voice. He canceled Thursday's concert in Detroit because of laryngitis. Now, see what you think about his voice tonight.
From WBNS-TV, your 24-hour news source, with Michelle Hopkins, Janet Watkins, and Jay Crawford. This is 10 TV Eyewitness News.
Many worried the piano man wouldn't be able to hit a key, but Billy Joel salutes the packed Ohio Stadium while the Rocket Man, dressed in red, jumped to his feet to kick off their Heart and Soul concert to an almost sellout crowd.
That sounds pretty good to me. Good evening, I'm Michelle Hopkins.
And I'm Kurt Ludlow. Thank you for joining us. Two of the greatest piano men of pop performed at Ohio Stadium as part of their Heart and Soul tour. Their first song was Your Song, and you're looking at live pictures of a concert that started at 8:03 and looks like it may be wrapping up as we speak. Well, of course, everyone was worried about Billy Joel's voice. He canceled Thursday's concert in Detroit because of laryngitis. Now, see what you think about his voice tonight. Well, honestly, he sounds great. And we'll go back to the concert in just a few minutes. Michelle?
You could see the thick black smoke from as far away as Ohio Stadium, and tonight an old lumber yard has burned to the ground. Now, this was at $30,000.
Well, two mega stars for one ticket price, and a pretty steep one at that. But more than 70,000 fans paid that price and piled into the Horseshoe for the big event they've been anticipating for months. It may be the only concert some go to all year because ticket prices for concerts in general are pretty sky high this year. Now, Barbra Streisand set the tone with top ticket prices going at $350 this year. The Eagles, reuniting after 14 years, will be at Polaris next weekend, $112 for the best seat there. And tonight, those closest to BJ at EJ dished out $70. Eve Mueller talks to ticket holders about paying mega money for musicians.
Don't have much money, boy, if I do.
Two piano men are better than one, but are they worth the price? Julie Wiggenhorn says no price is too high when it comes to seeing Elton John live. She's been a fan since grade school and has 15 ticket stubs at home.
I thought $74 to see him, that was perfectly fine. If I could have gotten front row, I would have paid $200.
Bonnie Bingman and her husband David thought the double-star billing was reasonably priced compared with other concert price tags.
I didn't think the price was too bad for the two of them together. We thought earlier about going to the Eagles, and they were like $80 or $90, so I thought $37.50 was pretty good.
But not everyone was willing to fork out $37.50 or $70 a ticket. Just before the start of the show, there were several thousand seats left.
$20 while on the grass.
And scalpers had more to sell, too. Alan Vinson thought hard before giving into the ticket price.
And when I was handing it over the counter, that's when I started to think about it. But, it's a once-in-a-lifetime thing, so, they got you over the barrel.
And that's exactly why so many were willing to fill this stadium tonight. And most of the fans who love those two greats are older, make more money, and simply can't resist the lure that Joel and John are together tonight. Maybe not ever again.
Now, you can also listen to the concert free. I'm standing right in front of the stadium. I can hear it loud and clear. I don't know if you guys can hear it back in the studio, but we did see a few people on the lawn doing exactly that. They drove down here just to sit on the lawn and listen to a free concert. So that's another route you can take. Now, they're expected to make millions off this 1.5-month-long tour, and that's just on the tickets, and there's no estimate on how many millions. That's not to mention all this other stuff. The T-shirts are $30. Hats are 25, mugs 15, and the programs, of course, you can't do without a program. These are $15. So, Kurt, the bottom line here is the tickets do keep inching up in the price, but most of the fans I talked to, you know, they weren't really against it, or I guess they wouldn't be here. They protest and just not show up.
Well, it sounds like they're getting their money's worth, too, because we're into the 3-hour mark on this concert. So.
That's right, and they keep, we've been here, the last 3 songs here, the crowd's gone wild. It sounds like they are starting to wrap up now, but it's not over yet.
A lot of those folks, money well spent. So, Eve Mueller reporting live from the Horseshoe for us. Now, the next stop on the Elton John Billy Joel tour is St. Louis on Tuesday. Concerts wrap up in Orlando on August 21st.
Tonight, rock star Billy Idol has been released from a California hospital. Idol's publicist...
Overall spending on health care.
Well, Kurt, we don't need a poll to tell us about the big Elton John Billy Joel concert at Ohio Stadium. We have our own Eve Mueller standing by live outside the stadium, where I think a few fans are just now leaving. And Eve, judging by some of the pictures that we saw earlier, fans got exactly what they came for. Lots of hits from some of the best in the business.
Yeah, Michelle, I'm seeing a lot of happy faces tonight. It is wrapping up. They're in their first encore. People are pouring out of here trying to meet the Mad Dash. And I've talked to so many of these fans. They're so happy. They say it's well worth the money. How was the show, guys? Great. Worth the money? Worth the money. Worth the money. That's what they're saying. Now the problem's going to be everybody's going to their cars at the same time. Earlier, people were coming here in different stages, so it wasn't all that bad, actually, compared to a normal rush to the stadium. Traffic was relatively light, but going out of here is going to be the major headache tonight. So that's the problem we're seeing at this point, Michelle. So if you have a loved one who's here at the concert, things are wrapping up here at the stadium, but they probably won't be out of here for quite a while.
Give them plenty of time. Okay. Thanks a lot, Eve Mueller, reporting live from Ohio Stadium.
That's an understatement. Give them time, huh?
Better believe it.
It's going to be a long time before those folks get home.
Maybe morning.
Could be. Feels more like fall than the dog days of August. Chuck Gillespie will tell us if the temperature will rise.
For the ride with Billy Joel and Elton John last night, you know the show was packed with thousands of fans. But take a look at the day after. You don't have to look very hard to see all the trash that was left behind. As for the stage, it took 3 days to put up, but only 1 day to tear down. Tonight we hear the old Horseshoe is just about back to normal.
And not a day too soon. Football season right around the corner.
That is right.
Coming up, we'll take a look at hotspots making news around